What is up, geeks? It's good to see you here at Supporting Roles. My name is Shauna, pronouns she, they.
I'm Joe, pronouns she, they.
I'm Connor, pronouns he, him.
I'm Travis, pronouns he, him.
And I'm Amanda, pronouns she, her.
And I am with the Illuminated Outcasts, and we are having some interesting times here in the Feywilds, but nobody wants to hear me recap this thing when we have Cliff. Let's go for some Cliff's notes.
So last session was a bit of a doozy, but we're here. We're still around. Our lovely friend Newberry had collected up the pixie parasols, easy peasy like, and we were on to our next destination. So across the Feywilds we go, through a trek, and eventually arrive ourselves at basically what looks like a big hedge maze from the outside. And we are given a warning by a sort of guardian of, I don't know how else to put them, but a guardian of the hedge maze. Basically warning us through lovely poem that there are dangers inside, and there's a good chance we end up not walking out of this thing unscathed. Beyond that, it also lets us know that nature is our friend, alluding us to a little hint for inside of the hedge maze. For when we step in, we've all been separated, all of us at different corners of the hedge maze, and quickly find out that there's these little awesome hedges. Touch them, teleport. You don't get a lot of control over it, but it helps you find your friends faster. And eventually, at the heart of the hedge maze itself, we found the last ingredient we needed, which was the burning oak fruit. Not called that, but something like that.
Close. Oak blaze.
Oak blaze fruit.
Oak blaze fruit, that's it.
There you go.
Collect the oak blaze fruit by fighting and narrowly avoiding a rough fate with a corpse flower. But Newberry collects the fruit for us, and that being said, we're all set to go back to friends and home and all of that soon, hopefully. Fingers crossed.
Yes.
I vote a nap first.
Nap first.
You have made it out of this hedge maze with the ingredients that you're looking for. And as you move out, the Dryad Guardian speaking with you, making sure you got what you needed, all of that. Most of you not necessarily looking worse for wear, but just feeling exhausted. You have a long trek to get back to the Eladrin Elder Orisena that is going to perform this ritual to hopefully bring Lakin, the halfling boy, uncursed and back into McCree in his normal owlbear form. You look around this twilight sky as it does not change. It feels very much like Iceland or Alaska at this point, with that sun never setting. Newberry looks at the lot of you and goes, "Oh, honestly, I didn't know what to expect, but I wasn't expecting that. Most of the time, plants are nice."
This happens. It kind of follows us. Plants into scary stuff.
We've met multiple plants here who didn't like us.
Well, I mean, Shadowbark was nice. They just wanted
Shadowbark was cool.
They just wanted to stay on their land.
We just specifically have had bad encounters with plants in the past, and they just kind of keep happening. But it's not like a you or a here thing, I'm sure.
Is that like a your plane sort of thing? Like,
it's like
people on your plane are like, ugh, plants. Can't
look down towards my forearm. I think it's mostly just a me thing.
Oh, I had the bush try and eat me, remember?
Yeah,
in the
bush
kitchen
tried to eat me
thing.
too.
Yeah, in the kitchen battle, in the dueling blades.
Yeah.
And
You're
I
saying
found
a lot-
berries inside of it that we needed. I think they were
Yeah.
berries? They were berries,
tart
right?
berries.
Yeah.
Long story short, plants and us have never been the best of friends.
You're saying a lot of words that should make sense and they don't. So I'm going to take your word on it.
What, kitchen battle? Makes perfect sense to me.
I need to see this.
It's
need to see this.
really cool.
Yes.
And Kara's really good at it.
Yeah.
Kara's laying on the ground, just adding to this
when you-
conversation with a thumbs up, resting
When
on
you
a
get-
rock.
When you get bored, you can start throwing rice at people in the audience, and they cheer for you for it.
It was really funny.
I'm gonna glance at McCrea, trying to see if he reacts like he remembers this.
Question.
Good question.
He's looking at you probably more dumbfounded than Newberry is at the moment. Going,
Sorry.
huh?
Oh, come
It's
on,
okay.
McCree. Don't you remember throwing rice at the people in the stands with Ivana?
It's okay. It's okay.
He kind of
Well-
sits down next to Kara, who's lying on the ground, and just goes,
We can do it
It's-
again.
It's okay, we'll do it again.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll do it again. And I'm just reaching up and giving him squishes on the top of his head.
We can stay here, right? Like for a little bit.
I mean, it didn't seem like the Dryad minded.
Yeah, I really need a little bit of a rest.
Uh-huh.
Just a little bit, though.
Sure.
Yeah.
Good.
I want to get back soon.
How confident are you cooking?
Super.
Great. If I tell you what to do, can you do the thing?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
You got
And-
this, babe.
Okay, here we go. I'm loving it. This is the first roll.
Ivana just pulls jerky out of her bag.
He did really
even
well
gonna
on the
try it.
rice.
Not
He
even
I'm
did
gonna start
really well
warming
on
up the
rice
dice
a
right now.
while
It needs a
ago.
lot of help on this one.
Warm up
Okay.
the dice. Here we go. So
My
first up,
inspiration is
Kara.
tapped, babe. So, do the best you got.
I'll be
is-
fine. It'll be okay.
Yeah.
I've learned a
Kara.
whole lot.
Yes.
Kara, I want
got
you
this.
to roll me a persuasion check.
Oof.
So, great
Cliff,
thing.
I want you to roll me an insight check.
Okay. I have to roll this with disadvantage because
Insights?
I have green veins coming
This
up
is
around my neck
true.
because
Some
I
of
am
you are
poisoned.
still poisoned. Yes.
All right.
Insight's good for clerics, usually. Oh, this is a face.
I love it. Give it.
Travis, I'm worried.
12 total.
12.
Not bad.
Okay.
Double
much
digits?
better than my
Low roll,
total
good mod?
of 5.
Okay.
Okay. Now that I know what the
Oh,
DC
no.
is, Cliff, make me a straight dex check.
Oh no.
Oh, boy.
Straight?
Straight. You're
That's
not
awesome.
proficient in cooking?
Oh no, I was
Cracker,
really just
you
hoping
guys.
it wasn't going to be a disadvantage. Honestly.
No, I got you at straight.
All right, straight dex check. That'll be an 8.
I start looking for any ye old convenience store.
Ivana's just eating her jerky and
Here's-
half asleep.
Here's
eyes.
the thing. Kara,
Yeah.
what are you trying to have Cliff make?
I'm trying to have him cook some rice,
Uh-huh.
and then I'm gonna have him take the boar meat,
Uh-huh.
and
It's already cooked, right?
no.
Hey, I'll tell you
damn
what.
No,
This
it.
poisoned might last a little longer than 1 hour.
This is great.
No, yeah, I don't have any. We're out of the cooked stuff other than
Yeah.
the jerky, and I'm saving the last bit of bacon for breakfast. So it's basically
I
pork
love
chops.
So much.
That
love so much.
no, I think about it and I go, pork chops, no, that's too advanced. And
Pork chops are too
I'm
advanced.
digging through the bag and I pull out this long piece of meat that was butchered, and it's the pork tenderloin, and I go, you're gonna need to cut this far back, and then we're gonna oh, I don't want to butterfly it, and start describing to turn it into a roast, And I'm like, you're gonna
Okay.
be there for a while until I tell you to take it off.
Understood.
I might
Here's
be taking
the
a
thing.
nap.
Here's the thing. You say, here's what you do, all of this, I'll tell you when to take it off. But you, Kara,
Uh-huh.
slowly, you're like, you know, give it like 10 more minutes. And you start to nod.
Yep.
You're out.
Yep.
Cliff's waiting. So the rice kind of gets burnt at the bottom.
Oh, crap.
So there's only a little bit of it that can be salvaged. And you, Kara, wake up to the smell
Hey,
of
babe, that smells done.
overcooked.
No.
Yeah, everything's fine. Yeah, it's done.
Okay.
Cooked
Oh
perfectly.
no!
You
Oh
guys are
god!
gonna love it.
Oh god! Take it off! Take it off the fire! Take it off the fire! Oh boy!
Devana.
Devana has, because the minute this all started, she went, nope,
Nope.
Yep. Overeating
and
jerky.
started eating her jerky and would just hold out a piece to McCree about halfway through. And if he comes over, she's going to lay down also and just, if you'll let me, both of them are asleep with pieces of beef jerky hanging out of their mouth.
Yes!
Like,
Yes.
They didn't even try to stay awake through this. They were like, nah, this ain't gonna work out. Sorry, buddy. I was hopeful for you, but no. Figuring
Unfortunately,
if it's
you
worth
are
eating,
absolutely
somebody
right
will
about
wake
that.
him up. But if it's not,
Perfect.
sleep.
The rest of
Yep.
you try to
Oh.
get down what you can and salvage what you can of what Cliff has made. Some of it is relatively edible. Some of it is there are bites that you full on and have to get out of your mouth. Kara and then Cliff.
Okay. Something I'm not gonna remember this in 10 minutes when we wake up the next day.
Yes.
What is the state of my pans?
Oh.
Your pants.
What is the state of my cookware? With this burnt, caked on rice.
It's fine.
What
It's fine. I promise you
cookware?
it's fine.
Okay, so
What cookware?
what he cooked the meat in
Uh-huh.
seems to be okay.
Okay.
You're able to scrape off and get most of that off.
Cool.
The
Just deglaze it and it's good.
exactly. However, the rice pot that you had, it's looking a little bad, and you're probably gonna taste like burnt rice for a few times after this.
Cool.
But
I
it's
will
not
fix-
completely ruined.
Okay.
We just serve blackened style for the next couple of meals,
It's
you know?
Cajun.
Apparently.
It's Cajun. That's all that
Yeah.
matters.
If
So
I had
my
some
question
rice,
is-
stir fry
Some
would
etouffee. It'd be
better.
great. There you go.
For the record,
We
Cliff
apologize
does.
to
Yes.
any Cajun cooks because we are aware that does not equal burnt.
Yes, we
Yes.
know.
Yes. Thank you.
It's a bad joke. We get it. We're
Terrible
sorry.
joke. Terrible
very,
joke.
very sorry.
Cliff.
For the record, Cliff does eat every bite on his plate, whether or not people eat theirs. He thinks it's
Aw.
delicious.
I love that. I love that so
Oh.
much. It's super dry.
Love it.
Kara tries, but most of the smell of the burnt plus being poisoned is not doing well for her. I appreciate the effort. You did good for your first time on your own. Sorry, I will never leave you alone in the kitchen again. We'll do
It's
it.
fine. All things considered, it's edible.
It's nourishment, babe. Thank you.
You're technically not wrong.
So now,
I'm gonna
yes,
go die now.
with the other two passed out with jerky in their mouths.
It's just a cuddle puddle at that
I mean, to be
point.
fair, Devon poisoned as well. So she's got
question
these
is-
vine thingies happening too.
Yeah.
Right. The question is, are we doing a short rest? Or are we doing a long rest?
Short rest. I want to get back.
Oh, I'm seeing two different things. So discuss it out,
Kara would
friends.
like a long rest.
Okay.
If we only take a short rest and we get in trouble, I can fight like normal, but there ain't gonna be any protection.
I think taking a long rest here is a little sketch, though. Too. I mean, granted, the warden person said we're chill here, but at the same time,
Wait, y'all took a long rest sitting under a tree
I
when
knew
you
this
first
was
got here,
coming.
and I was missing. But now, when we're in a safe location with a warden, you're like, no.
Hey, all I can say is the experience we
No.
had with you maybe taught us a lesson.
It was fine. I found a mushroom
Could've been
friend,
not fine.
and I found you guys.
All right, so let's sleep and meet some more mushrooms. I don't know.
I've got still support for us should we need it.
I could take some watch if you need. I don't need as much time sleeping as it seems like you do. That wasn't supposed to be offense. That was literally supposed to be me just saying that, stating the obvious.
I can make a hut.
Still sleep.
Just about to mention that.
What's a hut?
I can sing a hut into existence.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
Neat. Do that.
I'll do that. So we're gonna sleep. We're gonna sleep here.
I forgot
Do
about the
it.
hut. That'll work.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go.
Hut,
Ivana and
hut,
McCree
hut.
are just sacked out.
I mean,
Hut,
Tara's a
build
light
that sucker
sleeper, so
around
that makes
that.
sense.
Hut.
Pretty much. No elaborate song tonight.
That's okay. May I at least know what your hut, your dome looks like? Does it look like anything when you cast this, as this is the first time we're really getting to see it?
How is it, man?
And you got a cool soundtrack right now, so I want you to
I do.
It's
I want to
badass.
have a montage. We just see close-up lines
Shout out to
of
Arcane
you,
Anthems.
putting this
Sick
together.
music.
Put it together for Arcane Anthems.
You know it.
But then once you cast this at the very end of setting it up, what does it look like?
Okay, yeah. So I get out my lute. She's pretty cool. And we're just gonna play. We're gonna play a 4 chord, and it goes and goes out, covering the ground around
Love
us.
that.
Just a little shimmer.
Yes.
And then a 5 chord comes up and makes the walls.
Okay.
And then a 1 chord
I love it.
makes the top and then shoots down into the middle. So we've got that safety and security.
Sick.
Yeah. And
This,
it shimmers around, so it from the inside it looks just like a little semi-transparent force field, and from the outside it looks like
Camouflage kind of in with them.
when things are invisible but you can see their outline and you get closer,
Sure,
yeah. You're like Randall from
From
Monsters,
from
Inc.
Monsters Inc.
yeah, like that.
Cool. I like it.
Really cool.
The tones go out. The dome is set, and you lot take your long rest.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Hit yourself a long rest.
Oh yes, please.
It's only when we wake up does the big bad reveal itself.
Yeah, that's
They
it.
were kind enough to leave us sleeping.
Guys,
Poison
Tiamat's
when we
just
wake
been
up?
looming over our hut this
Waiting
whole
for the right
Can
time.
we stop
Just
with the-
chilling there going,
it's, like,
"Hi,
possible
guys."
In another campaign, and it's really freaking me out. Not that it's impossible in this one, but
It might be possible in this campaign.
I know, and I'm
No.
not dealing with it well on either end. So,
No, it's not. What are you talking about?
are we still poisoned? I can't remember how that works.
I don't remember. Does poison go away? The
It
poison
depends on the
condition
poison
a long
sometimes.
rest?
I think it.
Yeah, is this like Suikoden rules, Final Fantasy rules, or Dragon Warrior rules?
Yeah. What are we dealing with here?
I've been knocked
Let's double
unconscious.
check.
I am alive again, but I'm still poisoned. Thank you, Dragon Warrior.
Doop doop doo doo
Or
doo doo
quest.
doo poisoned.
No.
I think you have
No?
to. I think you have to have some kind of restoration
Hey, Cliff,
Awesome.
to your body.
Awesome.
Well, I don't know. Some people
can
say
you pray
different
to
things.
Torm and do a restore?
Yeah, absolutely.
Kara and Thevana?
Probably should have done that last night. But,
It's still technically. No, not anymore.
No.
Lies.
Quick little first level healing words for both of you guys. Get better soon.
But healing words? No, they need restorations because they're poisoned.
Well,
Restorations,
Some
restorations.
are
Let me
Yeah.
double check.
some
Hold
are
on.
saying any poison is removed the next time you would be healed in lieu of receiving the hit points. But I don't know if that's on
that
a
might be.
I
that
thought
might
it was
be
a
random
lesser
rule.
restoration.
Normally, yes, but
Yeah.
because we've rested and stuff, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not sure if there's a different way of.
If you check on the corpse flower stat block, it should also tell you when the poison ends from that
Yo.
monster.
Ooh,
That would have
there
been
we go.
like.
Hey.
Yeah, that would be great.
Let me double check it. You know.
Corpse flower.
Just on the off chance, though, overnight while I prepare new spells, I'm probably gonna go out
Carl,
and
we
grab a
can
lesser
do that.
restoration.
Oh my, you're a genius. I'm gonna look at my spells too.
Yes.
Yeah,
Clerics!
that's
Yeah,
what I
the
was
druids,
saying.
We can
friends.
prepare new
I
spells.
like
Let's
it.
do it.
I'm gonna look at my spells too, guys.
What you got, Devana?
Shield.
That's
Should I take
something
protection from
else.
poison one day late?
Yeah, and compelled
and
duel, which
shield
didn't come
and
back to me for
shield.
some reason.
Nice.
Why didn't it used my charge, but it didn't give it back? Give it back.
Friends.
Well, y'all are praying to
Oh.
your gods and
Oh.
to nature and stuff to decide what magic you're gonna have use for today. Y'all will hear me just kind of like playing a new song that you haven't heard before, just kind of messing around with chords on my lute.
I love that.
Da, da, da. No. 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 I want a flat 6.
I am looking. So
This looking up of rules is brought to you by Geek Grind Coffee.
thank
Nor-
you.
Normalize
Check
checking
out-
the book.
Yo,
yes,
Geek Grind
normalize
Coffee,
checking the
though.
book. But Geek Grind Coffee, though. Their teas
Geek
are
Grind
excellent. Their
Coffee,
coffee is
though.
excellent. It's all nerdy, geeky themed. It supports women in Colombia. Farming. It's
Yes.
wonderful. And they've got
Yo,
really
I
good
love
merch.
box. Pick your
yeah.
own
Gift
K
box,
cups.
K-cups. It's all kinds
So
of awesomeness,
good.
guys. I can keep talking about Geek Grind Coffee if you need more time.
Long rest. Long rest.
Long
will
rest.
do it.
Awesome.
Great.
Okay. Well,
Woohoo.
knowing
Save your
that,
spell
can I
slots.
change my spell slots back?
You may
Knowing
do
that?
so. Yes.
Okay,
yes.
cool.
Yes. Now that we have
Official
thought.
answer.
yes.
While Cliff not studies, but connects to his deity in the morning to receive the new wisdom of new spells for the day. He listens to GS's tuning in the background and the little plucks she's doing and the crafting of a song, and lets that be the soundtrack for his thoughts and helps it guide him with where he needs to be.
You awaken, feeling a long rest. And next to you, your newfound Eladrin companion is already awake. They seem to be looking out of the dome, just watching. Hair no longer mint colored, but this beautiful, like, ochre orange down to a yellow as it hits at the shoulder. Their doublet still has a flower, or sorry, a leaf emblazoned on the front, but the color scheme sitting different, no longer within these pastel colors. They lend way to bright oranges and yellows and reds. Still those long pointed ears, but the piece that dangles, that usually lets out a small little bubble, is sitting, and it has a different, almost teardrop-like shape to it.
I like the new
Morning,
look,
Newberry.
Newberry.
Morning. You about ready to go?
At this time, the dome will start to, as you hear a 1, 5, 4, leaving an empty cadence.
Ooh.
Ooh,
That's really cool.
Interesting.
love it.
You begin to grab your things. And Newberry looks at you lot and goes, "Great. Back to the village then. Try to keep up." And starts to walk.
Insight check on Newberry. They
I'd
seem
like
a
to
little
do the
like
same.
Yeah.
Absolutely, feel free.
a little miffed, maybe.
I scoop up at McCree, looking up and put him on my shoulders, look up. Does he seem like he's in a bad mood?
Heck yeah. That's a 22.
Okay.
15.
She doesn't have great insight, so she's not even gonna try to
Not
figure
even
out
try.
why. But she just, he seems grumpy.
What was that, Kara?
19.
19.
Just a little
Um,
more Capricorn.
Most of you, kind of. You're definitely onto it, GS. Cliff and Kara, you look, and it seems like Newberry woke up on the wrong side of the bed, sort of thing. Kind of moody this morning. Aren't exactly sure what to make of that. But GS, you look at it, and you can still... It almost feels deliberate to you. This change in mood. And you almost feel like a sense of determination behind this very brash outlook coming from your new friend.
I look at them and I kind of whisper to myself, huh, same key, different mode. They're reading very Mixolydian today.
Let's go.
Okay, we're coming.
You want some beef jerky? Usually helps me feel a little better in the morning. Or actually, I think this might be the boar jerky now.
I'm good, thanks. Not really a meat.
I might have some nuts and berries in here. So she starts like digging through her little pouch.
Well,
I don't know if
that
she has
sounds a
any.
little more appealing. Yeah, I'll say you do. You've been picking up like leaves and petals from like flowers and stuff. Yeah, I would say you're wont to naturally do that. So they take a few from you, look at like the little handful that you give them and go, take 2 of them, hand them back to you and go, I'm not going to eat these. You probably shouldn't either. But these, thanks. And
I hold them out to Kara because I don't know what else to do with them. Don't eat them. I thought you could do something with them.
Didn't smell
We
like
literally watched Savannah and McCree's head just go,
We come back a year later, according to the material plane, which is like 300 years, also a day. In this one, there's this giant, like, tree.
Weird tree.
It's the magic beans and into the woods. You're just like, no.
So as you set off back to the Eladrin home. Can I get someone to make me a survival check? And you may do so at advantage, as Newberry is definitely a little more abrasive with which way to go.
Go, Thavana, go.
Go.
As we're wandering,
Get it.
you guys hear me say, what rhymes with R?
It's at an advantage.
It doesn't matter.
Oh
I rolled a
no.
1 and a 3. So that's a 6.
No!
Ivana is looking for more of those berries because she's convinced they're useful, even though you shouldn't eat
damn
them.
It's my birthday. So
I'd like to point out the dice that I rolled the
Yes.
one on. I rolled like 4 20s in a row, and I was starting to go, dang, I probably should stop.
Well, now we know. Now we know when the
Fantastic.
stopping point is for those
Quit
days.
while you're a seed.
as you begin to move around, taking some of what Newberry says to heart, you begin to trail around, and there's a sort of hilly crest that you start going over, and there seems to be a fairly steep looking slope coming down through this area. As you move down through this area, I would love everybody to make me dexterity checks. Hey, Cliff, now you get your disadvantage.
Thank you.
Do I get my advantage for seeing something or no?
It's not a save, it's a check.
Oh, check.
Just to
Yeah.
check.
What if I
Right.
told you it's better than dinner at least?
Wow.
Not by
I
much.
would
It's a
be
9,
shocked.
but better than
But
dinner.
my save is so much better
Better than
than
dinner.
my check. Shauna.
I rolled a 4, so a 6.
Guys, this is
Okay.
Christmas came early, y'all. 16 for GS.
16.
Yes.
Okay, that saves.
Good.
Am I looking for a very specific book? Yes, I am.
Why?
Oh, you know, DMs, they have to have very cool stuff.
McCree is technically on my shoulders unless
Well,
Kara
he,
has taken him.
he rolled a 17.
Good
Naturally
boy.
on the dice. So
He probably feels like you wobbling at the get-go there, Thavana, and crawls down like not wanting to make your balance even
That's
worse.
fair.
Yeah, so his would have been a 19 if it's a flat dex check. For me, because it's not acrobatics, it's just dexterity. I'm still feeling a little off from being poisoned because I rolled a natural 5, so I have an 8. The monk got an 8.
Oh.
So you're basically telling me GS
Isn't
had the best roll.
Isn't it great when the things you're supposed to be good at, you're like, nope.
Yep.
To be fair,
You know,
we were both poisoned less
I
than
did.
24 hours.
You know,
Honest to
even
God, I did better than I
masters
expected to
can
be
flub
doing
up.
here.
So
Getting a 9, that's an achievement for Cliff on this.
Right?
even masters, they can mess things up
Yep, absolutely.
every so often.
You tripped over your 2 feet, but you didn't fall flat on your face, Cliff. So that's an improvement.
Exactly.
There you go.
You just hear the sound of a watermelon hitting the floor as Kara is tumbling down.
Ooh.
Very specifically, as some of you slide, there's a moment where the slope itself and the dirt underneath you just gets very powdery, very silt like, and you can't keep your tread at all, and the gravity starts to help you a little more than it should. As
Can I
that
do something?
happens,
Can I do a
you
reaction?
may. Yes.
If Thavana can, she's gonna take her shield off her back real fast and throw it down underneath her and just lay flat on it, just fall right onto it. She doesn't care. She's trying
Shield
to keep
surf
her
right
feet
on
from going
down.
flying.
Yes.
So, sure.
Okay,
Let's see
okay.
where this goes.
I
This is gonna be
love
great.
that.
You know, it's the rule. If you're gonna start falling down like stairs or something, they say just go with it and go limp, and like just because where people hurt themselves is like trying to like tighten up and all that kind of stuff.
And,
So
and
she's
yeah,
just
get
going
themselves
with
to
it.
stop. Just go.
Literally,
Cool.
I'm looking at my loot the whole time, just going da 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 da, taking a step, feel whoop, and then
Whoop.
just kind of like change my balance and keep going. Da, 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 da.
It
What the-
is
Where'd you go?
fantastic.
Oh God!
Everyone is in front of you, and they're like groaning because I'm getting to the correct table.
Oh no!
Oh yes. Let me just roll a few things here.
I'm here for it. Let's go.
Kara.
Yes. Hit me with it.
Ooh.
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 Hmm.
I love this so much. You still feeling very ill. The problem is most of you have slid in and landed into a bramble, and under this bramble
Ow.
are these almost neon looking spore mushrooms,
Oh God.
and as
Oh,
you slam
no.
into them, they put out this like dust into the air.
Great.
This immediately makes you nauseated, and Kara, you end up looking like Cliff as you start tossing your cookies.
Oh.
Yeah.
Lovely.
You're gonna take 4 points of piercing damage from the bramble,
Okay.
and 4 more points of just I don't know, sick damage.
It's like
Acid
when your
damage.
abs are like cramping.
Yes.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
your abs are like cramping. Savannah.
Uh-huh.
These spores, as you inhale them, first off, you only take 3 points of damage from piercing damage from the brambles, as your shield kind of blocks a little bit of that. But you are, as you stand up and try and get your balance, these spores all around you, you start feeling this weird like vertigo sensation. And for the next few minutes, you have a disadvantage on perception checks as you're just dizzying. Cliff, the piercing damage, 7 points. And you just instinctively, these like spore dust goes up into the air, and you immediately go, oh no, like
Oh no.
you gasp,
No,
and
no,
it
no,
just
no.
goes straight to your throat.
Oh,
It is
man.
absolutely itchy and gross. And for the next a few minutes, you literally have a hard time just even talking.
Okay.
You're just dry throat the whole time. Did McCree did okay, right?
He got a 19.
Yeah, he's good. GS is good. Newberry. Oh.
Oh.
Newberry didn't do very well either.
Oh no.
Fortunate.
They're more spry in the spring.
10 points of piercing damage.
Damn.
Just really getting stuck in that bramble. And then they just kind of go and kind of have just this slowness and like wheeziness to their breath. They can't quite get a full breath at the moment.
When landing, do we all land in vaguely the same-ish area? Like, is Cliff able to get up and walk over to somebody?
Yes,
Okay.
except GS and McCree, who are still making their way towards you guys and aren't in this bramble.
Cliff immediately scrambles to his feet and basically clawing at his own throat. Realizes that the words don't come so great to him. So he rushes over to Kara first. Does his best to pull her up, and in doing so will cast Lesser Restoration. Does it fix the problem? Hopefully.
So you're holding on, you're just like holding on to Kara, like for like a
yeah, mostly
support?
just like the general best friend check-in sort of deal. Make sure you're on your feet properly.
yes.
Arm around you if you need the assistance, all of that stuff.
But Cliff is
yeah.
putting the restoration on Kara.
Onto
correct?
Kara, correct.
That's what I thought. Why would I even question that?
Yeah.
For Kara, yes, this does help Kara's situation at the moment, as Kara finds her stomach again and seems to have everything under control.
That is much, much better. Oh, how do you do that every night? I will never know. Like, the veins in Kara's face and eyes have, like, burst from how violent that was. And just, like, how do you do it?
You guys okay? Hey!
Ha! Hi.
What
Bad
happened?
spores. It's real bad. Don't fall into this.
I don't
Make your way that way.
plan on it. You guys need
It's
help?
bad.
Yeah.
Ooh.
We're good.
Oh,
Grabs your hand.
yep.
You lot get out of the bramble and begin to move. This adds a little bit of time onto your trek as you begin to slowly move back towards the Eladrin community. Cliff.
Once I see that the Lesser Restoration has helped Kara, I will then cast Lesser Restoration on Thevana. Any improvements?
Yes.
Okay.
And then I will cast Lesser Restoration on Newberry. Any improvements?
It's how Cliff is.
And then I will
Yes.
cast Lesser Restoration on myself, finally, upcasting to 3rd level for that one.
Perfect.
Whew.
Feeling better. You begin to
There goes
move.
4 spell slots, guys.
Yeah.
Didn't have to. It passes after a while, sir.
Yes,
I'm aware of
yes,
that, but
yes,
it is better
yes.
that we're not
It's
in this
so
state
Cliff.
should bad things happen.
And it's so Cliff to just
That
be
is
like,
Cliff.
It
we're,
is.
we're
It
gonna
is
fix
very
this.
Cliff.
You move through and are able to, after quite a few hours of trek, are able to move back into what looks like a familiar setting. The beautiful Eladrin architecture that seems to blend with the trees is just in sight. Cliff.
I'm gonna slightly hop back a moment too, just after the whole falling, tripping mushroom fiasco.
Yes.
Lean over to Newberry. See, plants and us just never gotten along so great.
Yeah, I'm starting to see that now.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought to do something about it though? Like, I mean, she seems pretty good with stuff like that and is pointing over at Kara.
Yeah, she's amazing with stuff like that. Absolutely.
I mean, but that's because she's listening,
Right. Yeah. Mhm.
right?
Sure. Yeah.
Did
I
you
don't know
ever
quite how it works, but yeah.
Right. Did you ever think to do that?
I mean, don't get me wrong. I've tried to make friends. It's just a little hard for me to do. Is all.
Why would
like
it be
with
hard?
with nature? I've tried to. We don't have the best. It's a little rocky.
Because you traumatized a plant when you were younger.
Bit of a long story.
Okay.
Long time ago, there was this florist. This florist was really nice, made a whole living off of flowers. Evil person cursed them, started killing all the flowers around them. Long story short, I came along, helped out with that. Boom, now I got this.
But you weren't the florist.
No,
No, but you
Good friend of mine, though.
You took the florist's
Yeah.
tattoo?
Curse.
You took their mark. Oh.
Yeah, it just kind of makes it hard for me and nature to see eye to eye on most things now.
Cool. You gonna get rid of the curse though?
In certain
Another
circumstances,
loaded
it actually
question.
can
This
be
one's got a bit of a long
helpful,
answer, too.
because it can turn something into it can. What did it do?
It's
back-
helpful? Wait,
It can be helpful.
Wait,
Working on it.
your curse is helpful.
Okay, ooh. Let's start from the beginning now.
You begin to tell them about
Yeah.
all of these things, about how your curses are starting to show blessings within the relationship that you have with your deity. All the while Newberry listening, sometimes making absolutely very blunt comments
I do the
about
best I can to explain to
gods
Newberry that,
and-
like, I tried to remove the curses and that didn't work either, so I am just trying to make the best of what I have now, too. Given that's a pretty clear distinction.
And as you move up towards the Eladrin village, Newberry looks at you and goes, I mean, I understand why you guys are wanting to help your little guy out, but like, this guy's, how do I explain this?
See, it's a hard thing to explain. It's a whole lot of details.
No, what I'm saying is they've got a cold. You're not, this isn't just a cold for you. Is it? Is it? And like looks around the group. Wouldn't you want to try and remove these as well? Like, shouldn't, if you told me, we could have tried to go get more?
I think
the-
it's something between him and his deity.
He kind of likes it. Not the vomiting part, but the part where it works correctly and good things happen.
I found through my travels a lot of curses have binds, and those binds need specific releases to get rid of them. I haven't found any of those binds yet for mine. I've just alleviated some suffering from other people. But, you know, long enough goes by, and I'll look at Kara.
Some of his
get used
curses
to
have
it.
turned into blessings.
Yeah. I promise you, it's not that bad every night.
All right.
Ugh.
I mean,
I
if
guess.
you say so, it's. I'm not going to tell you how to live your life. I think it's very cool that you are trying to help people out in whatever way you can. I've seen what you guys have done, and you've even helped me out specifically, so I get it. And I'm grateful. But like, now that I know you guys, it pisses me off that you don't help yourself.
It's
Thank
not like
you.
that.
Thank
I
you for
promise
saying
you.
it. Because he never hears it when we say it.
That's truth.
It's, I mean,
It's just,
yeah.
I do help myself. I promise you, this isn't stuff
After
like
you
this.
help
It's not that
everyone
big a deal.
else.
It just requires a bit of a lifestyle change, and I've already figured it out. I make do.
And we
Well,
do
you
our best
said-
to accommodate him in whatever he needs.
Right. You said you wanted to alleviate some of the burden from these people.
Absolutely.
He looks like directly at Cliff. They look directly at Cliff. You wanted to alleviate the burden.
Absolutely. These people, they didn't deserve what they had, so.
Your people too. Don't forget to alleviate your burden on you.
Of course.
And almost matter-of-factly just turns and looks back up at the community.
I'm just going to go over to Cliff and squeeze his hand.
Squeeze the hand back, and with my other hand, just rub on the nail wrapped in thorns.
Hi there, favorite people.
Hi, favorite people.
Newberry looks back down at the rest of you and goes, all right, and looks over at the halfling boy, McCree, Lakin, and goes, how about we try and see if we can get you back? And McCree just goes, listens to everything, kind of looks, gauges everybody's thoughts, and goes, yeah. And that is where we are going to take our break.
All right.
We'll be back here really soon. See you soon.
Guys, we can't even walk through the woods without getting in trouble.
What is up? Welcome back. Good to have you back here at Supporting Roles, where we left off. We have made it back to the Eladrin village, and we are gonna take these ingredients back to an elder. So,
hopeful.
friends, as you move back into this village, quite a few Eladrin about. You can see a few what seems like younger Eladrin sort of running after each other. One that looks like every time they step and skip, there's small little flowers that bloom, and another one chasing right behind with frost coming off of their feet as they run across past you guys and further into the village. You move through Newberry, taking you over to where Orisena resides. You start to move into her living space. Newberry being fairly loud about your arrival. Orisena, we're back. And I believe we have quite a few things that you will enjoy. She looks at the lot of you coming in, and with those like sort of beautiful, almost elegant cape of what drapes down almost like butterfly wings off of her. She looks between all of you, studies you for a moment, and goes, "So you were fruitful?"
Yes.
Good. I've been studying up, and I think I'm ready to conduct this if you are.
Thank you.
Will have an integral part to play within this ritual if it is to be successful. I can only set things up, but your companion here, and she looks down at Lakin, has ties to you that I do not have with him. Your heart threads are what he would need now. Memories to anchor to, as this process, not dangerous, is extreme. And it's more helpful if you light the way. That is, of course, if he doesn't want to remain this way. And she sort of looks, sort of a side glance down towards the halfling boy. Lakin sort of shuffles his feet, kind of haphazardly moves the vest that's on him as it kind of slides off every so often. He's nodding, but not looking her in the eye. And she goes, "All right, very well. Your consent has been noted. But the rest of you, I have to make sure that you are willing to go through this individually and as a group."
I'm willing.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm willing if he is.
Ivana's already stepped up or is like kneeling, stepped up and then knelt down next to McCree, and is already just has pulled out a couple of his little toys. One of them is his little owlbear one, and then hers, and then Cliff's, and then GS's, and then Kara's, and has them in her hand laying out, showing him.
He sort of looks down at his hands again. No insight check needed. You can tell that there's an anxiety and a fear that is just bubbling under the surface that he's not hiding very well on his face.
I'm gonna take mine, and I'm gonna wrap it in one of his hands. I'm not afraid of a lot, but I'm afraid of not having you. So, be strong like me. And then I'm gonna stand up and I'm gonna hold out the other pieces to everybody else.
I'll approach forward.
I still have his.
I'll grab mine. And does he have a free hand available?
He does, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna take his hand and put it on my heart, and he'll feel that my heart is also racing like his. I'll go, "I'm nervous too. But together," and I'll like hold up my mini next to his. And I'll look at the rest of the group. "We can all do this. You got this." Okay? And as I'm talking, I'm breathing slowly and being very calm, and my heart rate is starting to drop, and I'm trying to have him pick up on that and have his breathing match mine and get to that place of calm and centered.
Yes, let's go, monk. I love it. Beautiful way to bring the monk stuff in. I love it.
Yeah.
He like looks over at GS and Cliff.
I'm gonna kneel down to him. No matter what size you are or what shape you are in, you are McCree. But you deserve to be in the shape that matches what's in there. And we're gonna help you. I'm gonna give him bardic inspiration.
Yeah.
Okay, I love it.
Yeah.
He, as you say this, there's a little bit of, almost like a breath as you sort of exhale these words at him and he inhales. This magic transference happens a little bit. And he kind of looks over towards Cliff.
I'll get up, kneel down just at him so that we're face to face. Well, when this works, it might be a little bit harder to see me, but I promise you, we'll work on it. Get real good at it, right? I'll then,
He goes over and pokes your arm. Just like a little bit, tenderly. It's almost inquisitive, as he hasn't really been able to even get this close. And he sort of pokes your arm and looks at your curse. Different curse. Not the one that...
Unfortunately, the one that affects him isn't appropriate to pull out right now, but...
Right. He's not going to poke that. Not going to poke it. But he pokes this one specifically and kind of starts to fortify himself a little bit.
I'll then, I'll grab his hands with a nice firm grip, but gentle as well. It's reassuring. I hope that you're able to get back to normal soon, bud. I can't wait. And then I'll lean in and real gentle-like, I'll just give him a kiss on his forehead. And spread as much good vibes as I can. And on that place of the kiss, as soon as my lips meet his forehead, that will be the casting of Calm Emotions.
Calm Emotions. Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Love it.
And as you cast these Calm Emotions, we turn and see Orisena and Newberry, who has kind of become an assistant to her as you guys have been speaking, trying to bolster McCree's courage. The two of them have been trying to place a few things out and have started to get certain things ready. It takes a little more time to fully get the space ready for what is to come. The Alisuba leaf is taken and used with mortar and pestle. And then steeped into what seems like just a single bowl of some kind of tea. The pixie parasol stalks have been shaved and almost put into julienne and placed around the area. All the while, Orison is sort of whistling as she does this. Kara.
How many of the pixie pedestals stalks were used?
That's a good question. You guys got 12 stalks, and she uses about 6 of them to be able to make the entire piece. McCree is, even in this halfling form, is a fairly small being. If you were dealing with someone of a giant size, you would have a really hard time making what you have stretch. Placing them out and moving them along. She slowly guides McCree over to sit within the middle of this circle that she has placed for ritual and hands him the bowl. She says, "Now, little one, I need you to drink this. And this is going to put you in sort of a malleable state. You might feel sort of sleepy, but it'll be okay. And he sort of looks to all of you. Looks down at the Thevana piece that's in his hand for a second. And he takes like a very big breath before beginning to drink this tea down. It only takes a few moments. Enough for him to hand back the bowl. Before you can see, he sort of starts to move slowly, and his eyelids begin to droop. And you can see him trying to look at all of you before his eyes close, wanting just one more little moment before he moves into a sort of dreamlike stasis. Orisena then takes just one of the oak place fruit and says, "I need you to all eat of this fruit. Just a bite will do."
Ivana reaches out her hand. Looks at Kara like, do you want to go first, or?
I need to make a roll real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I know why Ivana's trying to go first, but
I have an idea of what Kara wants to do with her portion of this, but I'm trying to see whether or not she has the nerve to go first, or if she's going to let her anxiety get in control. She'll reach forward and take the fruit.
Get it, Mom.
And takes a bite and hands it back to Thevana.
As you take a bite of this fruit, it has this weird tingling sensation. It looks kind of like an unripened fig fruit.
Yep.
As you pull away, it sort of tingles on your lips for a second. But as it starts to move and as you start to swallow, the tingling, you can feel it sort of move out away from you and begin to almost stretch out like a tree within your body. It seems to move almost to every limb, to every piece of you. There's like almost a heightened sensation that goes through your monk mind of being able to be wildly aware of this new feeling.
This is the Feywild good stuff, all right?
Hey!
Oh no, guys, we just had the Feywild peyote. We're all gonna die.
Actually, technically, just you have had it right now.
Dang it!
As everybody's like,
Hey,
we're out!
Kara is ready to oak blaze.
Here for it. It's great.
Awesome. So, mechanics-wise,
Yes.
here's what's going to happen. As you bite into this, I would like to know what sort of memory you are placing that you are trying to anchor to McCree. And I'm going to say this, I'm going to try and be clear about this.
Okay.
The way you describe the memory is going to inform me of what kind of skill check you're going to make.
Okay.
You, as a whole group, are going to each make a skill check, and we'll see if you pass or fail. The more passes we have, this will be a successful ritual. The more fails we have, we'll get to that if we need to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Understood.
Interesting. Okay. The thoughts that are going through Kara's mind is all the way back at the beginning, the day that we very first met. And at first very analytical, these are the series of events of how we first met and that first week that we were together, of traveling and coming back to Riverine, and all the thoughts and emotions that Kara had slowly bleeds into those memories of seeing this innocent animal, this innocent boy, locked in a cage, and the indignation that Kara had, the audacity of these people locking this beautiful boy in this cage, and the relief of he's free now, and then the anxiety of where is his caretakers, to, well, he's my responsibility now and I will take care of him, and then leading into the first time that they bonded together with Beast Bond. And I think under the influence, Kara would unconsciously cast Beast Bond.
Yes.
I love this.
Of going back to that feeling and that first week that they were together and getting to know each other and finding that connection between the two of them. That's the thing that she focuses on. She went all the way back to the beginning.
With Beast Bond, is there any sort of save or skill check involved?
So let's have a look. See, it's concentration, and I'm on drugs, so we'll see how well that also works. You establish a telepathic link with one beast you touch that is friendly to you or charmed by you. The spell fails, so it is a save.
Okay.
Is it a save? My regular save DC is a 15, concentration up to 10 minutes.
Okay.
If the beast's intelligence is 4 or higher, the spell fails. Until the spell ends, the link is active. While you and the beast are within the line of sight of each other through the link, the beast can understand your telepathic message to it and can telepathically communicate simple emotions concepts back to you. While the link is active, the beast gains advantage on attack rolls against a creature within 5.
Understood.
So I would assume that it's a
We've got ourselves
it's a Dex
save of
15.
some kind.
It technically doesn't have
Got it.
one,
Understood.
but just for gits and shiggles, we can put it at DC 15. What my spellcasting spell save is.
Amazing. I have rolled on that just to see if there's a moment, and as you bite into this, there's this, as you feel that weird sensation, it's almost instinctual for you to want to reach out, and you reach out and touch the leg of the halfling boy for a second. will you please make me an animal handling check?
Absolutely.
This is the check it's determined off of. Oh no, you guys.
For me,
Depends.
For-
It depends
for-
on. It
It's,
depends
for
on
a
what you
car.
describe.
it's different for each person depending
Yeah.
on what you
Yes.
do and how you
Okay,
describe
Yes.
it.
okay.
It's
Yeah.
dependent on your memory that you are
Understood,
bringing along.
Mm-hmm.
hey. Who
No worries.
of
You
my
got this.
kids is going to do this?
Help you today?
You know what? It's gonna be McCree's die. It's
Let's
gotta be
go.
That's
McCree's
right.
die.
That's
That's
right.
what I rolled to
Yes.
see if she went first, and it rolled high. So, we'll see.
Okay.
You will be eviscerated if you fail me, though. Into a fire. I swear.
What do you got? Animal handling.
With the modifier, that is a
Yes.
12. That was a natural 6 on the die.
Okay. Understood. You
Guys, do better.
reach out and grab a hold of his leg for a moment as you pass the fruit over towards Stevana. You hold on to that moment where you tried to bond with McCree, having a sensation of the smell of your own wolf fur, as it was back then, come back to your senses so strongly it almost takes you aback as you focus and try very hard to concentrate on the bond you have with this boy. Devana, you have the fruit at the moment.
Devana's, when she took it back and just watched Kara for a minute or so, is gonna hold it out to Cliff and GS. She's just trying to make sure everybody has their chance.
Oh, wait.
Would you rather go or would you rather I?
She just kind of grins at Cliff and takes his hand, puts it in his hand.
Taking that fruit,
Don't throw up.
one big gulp, and then bite into it.
Literally, as she places it in his hand, everything's so serious. She just whispers, "Don't puke,"
Don't puke, don't puke.
and then takes the fruit.
I love
As
it.
you-
I love it.
Bite into the oak blaze fruit, this tingling sensation filling you. What do you do? What do you think about?
The very first thought that jumps into Cliff's mind is back when we were in Fenhaven, for the brief little few days that we were all there together as a group. Specifically after the rewarding of the pastry, the delicacy, whatever you want to
Yes.
call it. And as we sit, having won that night, picking at the breads, Cliff thinks of a moment of when sitting on opposite ends of the table as him, tears off a piece of bread and, "Here, buddy, gonna have to catch." And when that happens, McCree makes a big lunge for it and misses wildly, and it's not his fault. It's Cliff being a bad shot. But then crashing into the table and the chaos that ensues from that, and just the happy moments of, even though we didn't get to be physically close, I felt like emotionally he was always the heart of the four of us.
As you focus and hold on to this moment, I would like you to make an insight check.
Sure. I've never been picky about what dice I used before. I just was for the first time, though.
Ooh.
not bad. 17.
17.
My modification got better with our most recent level up. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
You begin to think, and specifically Cliff, it's not the moment of tripping up. It's not the huge hearth within Fenhaven, that heat and light hitting everybody's face. It's not even the smell of the bread, something that you are very attuned to, that stays with you. It's the laughter. And as that laughter continues and holds and plays in your head, just a beautiful underlying sense of relief. Thavana and GS, you can see as he's almost intensely sort of staring at the halfling boy's body. His eyes flicker and flash a little bit. And then there's a sort of wave of refractal light, almost like a rainbow kind of refractal light that moves from him and heads towards the figure in the center. GS and Thavana, as you see this and you look over at Kara's eyes still have that that glint, that weird glaze on them that Cliff's does. But Cliff had an additional reaction thing happen, okay? The fruit was placed over probably into whose hand?
I am tuning my lute.
Okay.
Anna will take it and then hold it out to GS.
You want me to go first?
She's going to say as quietly as she can, if anything goes wrong, I need to be able to stand.
You got it.
Can't be super drugged like Kara and I
Take
are.
it.
Told you there was two ways she was thinking. One was to
Mm.
go first and one was to go last, and that was for the group.
Yeah.
I would like to see how the lute of of 1,000 memories is tuned before I grab this fruit.
It's
Actually,
been
go ahead, and then I'll say
okay.
what I would help GS.
Oh, okay. It has been through heat and all of this stuff and travel. Shoot, it's a little off, but not a lot. Like, just slightly flat or slightly sharp on a few strings.
All right. I want to insight check her and ask and say, do you want to be a part of this? Or should I do this a cappella?
Go ahead and roll me an insight check.
Ooh, yeah, it's really good. 23.
You immediately, there's like a warmth to your heart that makes you feel that the lute, however slightly sentient it may be, would like to be a part of this
Perfect.
and wants to help.
Perfect. No matter what shape our voice is in, we all deserve to sing. And I am going to prepare the first chord with my left hand and take the fruit with my right.
Okay.
Savannah was going to offer to hold it up to your mouth so that you did not have to touch your fingers to it.
As I go to grab for it and I see the gesture that Tevana's making, I'm just going to look at her and smile. Thanks. And prepare my hand for the strum and just lean out and open my mouth, ready to take a bite.
Great. You bite into this fruit. Tingling sensation, move, and being this close, Thavana, you watch in real time that flicker pass across GS's eyes. What are you thinking about, GS?
You might want to turn the music off.
Okay. We're getting an exclusive.
Let's go, Bard. Let's go.
Let's go. I always love these moments.
From darkness and a lonely cage to a sudden liberating attack, my life was suddenly illuminated from a lone owlbear to a pack. I travel near and far with people I admire. We're outcasts, but they're special to me, and I know who we are. Brap is the one who I'm sometimes afraid of. Freet is the one that I'm fierce with. Prip is the one who growls on a hum. Prim Bim is my mum, and she'll always find me. They're always behind me, and I'm always there to protect. For no matter the size or shape I am, I'm their dear heart. I am Brett. I am their dear heart. I am Brett. Brap is the one who heals when I hurt. Freet is the one that I play with. Prip is the one who I'll dance to her song. Prim Bim is my mom, and they'll always find me. They're always behind me, and I'm always there to protect. For no matter the size or shape I am in, I am their dear heart. I am Brett. I am their dear heart. I am Brett.
Make her roll intimidation now. Do
Oh,
it.
shit.
Crap,
Yeah, right?
should have gotten last, dang it.
Intimidation check. No, just kidding. Yeah,
Please,
that's
not intimidation.
hilarious.
I have a better one.
I have to follow that?
No, it's cool.
Character-wise, I had a reason to go last, but now I'm going crap.
First off, very cool, Joe. FYI, very
Oh.
cool. I would love for you to make me a performance check, please. Woohoo! 28?
Thank you to the
Two
dice god that
eights?
is Allie Beardsley. I appreciate you. Ha! Ha!
Wow. Okay.
That was incredible. Wow.
Yeah. There is a
One that heard it.
strange sensation that comes over you as you are playing within this song, trying desperately to stay cognizant enough to finish the song, truly just the heart and being in a trance that you feel sometimes when you perform is almost the only way that you can get out all of the words. And within that last lyric, the final word, there's almost a breath that comes off in a refractal light and pushes towards this halfling boy. Only one remains who has not taken the fruit.
Yvonne's gonna look to Orisena and Newberry and she's going to unsheath her longsword and set it next to her, undo the bow and her quiver next to her on the other side. Same with the great axe set in front, or excuse me, set right behind her. And the shield set backside down right in front of where McCree is. And then she's going to kneel down almost in a ready position, as if expecting him to lunge at her. And digging her hands into whatever soil is there, is going to go into a rage as she remembers every time they weren't in a city and they could roughhouse. Specifically, the time when they wrestled and I think fell into across the fire and almost totally destroyed dinner or something. If I remember correctly, it's been a while. But it's happened so many times, they probably, and that fits for Thavon, especially when raging, that it all kind of, every single one bleeds together of her starting at first always letting him get the upper hand, and then slowly each time they wrestled more and more, she had to put more of her strength behind it, and almost looking to the future and knowing what he's going to become, that there will probably be a day where she won't be able to, or at least he'll give her a pretty good run for her money. And then she'll just whisper, "Come on, come get me," as she takes the bite of the fruit.
You take the bite. That tingling sensation starts to happen as you focus and pull into this rage that you have. Not wild, but understanding. I would like I would like an athletics check,
Ooh, very cool.
please.
I am raging.
Athletics
are
of the
raging.
spirit.
Athletics of the spirit.
Smart woman.
Woo.
Smart woman.
Okay. That's in 17. Yeah, 17. Rolled an 11.
Okay.
Oh, the song.
It's like I planned it. There's one more final roll that needs to be made on my part.
For the final roll,
Yes.
I crave a boon.
They all do.
They all
Go
do.
ahead.
You,
you can ask.
You are the DM. You can tell me no, but I'm damned if I don't ask.
This is true.
I gave McCree some bardic inspiration.
This is true.
The only thread that is not illuminated within our Illuminated Outcasts is the one from Mum, and that just doesn't feel right. She went for a beast bond. Is there any way that McCree can help reach out and connect that beast bond? Like, can my bardic inspiration add to the roll that Kara had made? Perhaps?
It can't. However, it can be used on this specific roll that I'm about to make.
Understood.
So we'll see.
Can't fault me for trying.
Can't fault you for trying. What do you roll for your bardic right now?
It's a 6 because I'm a multi-class.
6. Okay. Huh. Dice are very interesting when they play the story. Devana bites into the fruit, hones in on the kid. The fruit falls away, tumbles out of her hand. Sort of rolls in front of McCree for a moment and stops, facing towards Kara. Fruit sitting open for a moment. All of your visions blur a little bit. You can see this moment happening, hear each other's things that had happened, but almost in a foggy sort of sense. You look around the circle and you can see this giant, almost sphere that is moving around you from those pieces on the ground. That fruit and lays open. A halfling hand, spectral in nature, begins to move towards the fruit and grab it. The body staying still, but some form of spirit, still looking halfling, grabs a hold of the fruit They hold on to it. And within this moment, they look over. They can see the connection happening between all of you. And he can also see the struggle that Kara's having. Maybe an anxiety of the unknown, a doubt, the realist part of her brain slightly holding her back. Kara, as you think of that moment where you bonded with McCree, your focus changes for a moment. As in a spectral-like form, not fully there, spins a small leaf that moves in front, just past your nose. Something that's happened to you within a meditation before. It takes you and holds your concentration for a millisecond of, wait, what? What, why? Why now? What is this? Remembering that the Wild Mother had a message for you with that. You have to take your life in your hands. You need to make the choice. You have to act. And as it passes and you think of this moment caught up in your own head just for a minute, you hear, Mom. Mom. Mom? And you look over the spectral hands out, but superimposed over this body is a form. You have to eat the fruit, Mom. And he holds it out towards you.
Kara's heart is beating so goddamn fast. So fast. And the voice that I'm hearing, is it what I remember it sounding like back then? Or the first time that we did speak with animals?
It
Is
sounds...
that the voice? Or is it a combination of that voice and Lakin's voice?
It sounds like that voice from before. Anytime you've cast Speak with Animals, it's that voice, but it feels almost a little bit older.
Hearing that voice, even though her heart is just racing, it stops. And it's like, it's that feeling that you get when you haven't seen a family member for a really long time, and you finally get to see them, or you get a phone call from them and you hear their voice, and it's like no time has passed. And it's that big opening of the heart feeling that you get in your chest.
Mm.
And without hesitation, just reaches out and takes a bite of the spectral fruit. I'm assuming it's spectral,
Yes.
but it's that reaching.
It's kind of both. It's that superimposed
Mhm.
fruit over the actual fruit. You take a bite and move it out towards him. And he goes, "Okay. Like the cave. We're connected."
Just like the cave.
And he starts to grab the fruit from you. And in this interesting spectral form, he goes, "Let's light it up," and takes a bite.
Yes.
He lifts from the floor. The body of Lakin moves up in front of all of you and begins to spin and move and follow around like there's no gravity within this spectral sphere that you have. Only lights hitting from all sides from you towards this being does it sit and move. And you watch. He starts to curl in on himself, almost becoming womb-like. And then, slowly, his elbow moves up. And he starts to move it out. Feathers begin to sprout from his body. Fingers are no more as they curl back, and claws come out. Other arms, he winces out. The other hand opens up the figurine, spectral in nature, in his hand. And he tries to hold on to it for as long as he can before it drops to the floor as another feathered arm comes off of him. His legs come out thicker and hairy and stout and stocky. His belly moves away from him as he watches himself almost inflate. And the last part of him that moves, he turns his face away. And as he brings it back forth, there are these beautiful, big owl eyes and a beak that comes out. And he just goes, "BREET!" and drops to the floor.
Can I?
Immediately, I feel like
Yes.
all of us would rush
Yes.
in.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason
Yes.
Thavana put herself right there. So.
Great. Let's make some dexterity saves, please.
Yes, let's go. Let's go.
16. Natural 19 on the
Go
dice for 21.
Thavana.
Yes.
Oh,
Natural 17 for a
Oh, yeah.
24.
Fuck yeah.
Cliff?
Onto you right there.
yeah, that's a 8.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
There is- Every single one of you, there's a natural instinct to move, to catch. Some of you, maybe a few milliseconds later than the others, but there's that natural instinct to want to connect, to hold, to make safe. And he moves and falls right in between Thavana and Kara's arms, slowly pulling him down to the ground. As he moves, his eyes sort of blink slowly. He looks around and takes everything in. Good job, McCree. Takes everything in. Sees your faces. Looks at Kara for a moment. And his little eyes sort of squint into a smile. He sort of turns his head almost 180 again, back towards Orisena and Newberry, who are just sort of over holding each other, watching. And he turns back, goes, and starts to like claw a little bit. And you find he's got a mark on him. A mark that is still not pushed away and is still there. But an owlbear sits in your arms, and as McCree looks back at Kara, he just nuzzles into her. And that is where we're going to end this session.
My fragile heart, Shauna.
Joe broke mine first.
You all broke mine.
Oh,
Man, you said at the beginning of the night, we had to give a memory, and I'm like, crap.
Ugh.
Joe, I
done.
was 99.9% sure you were going to sing. I'm thinking, I want Joe. Amanda wants Joe to go last. But Thavana knew either she was going first and Kara was going last,
Yes.
or Kara was going first and she was going
Yes.
last. Like,
Yes.
that was-
Honestly,
it was
and both
beautifully done.
Kara ended up
Connor
being
and I were
last
messaging.
anyway. Kara
That's
and
true.
McCree were last. It was perfect.
But Connor and I messaged. Connor was like, I was gonna do it too, and I was like, yep, because in her mind, that's why
You
she
never
said
know.
it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Friends. Gorgeous.
That was so
Beautiful session.
beautiful.
We've got an owlbear back. Yay.
Now we just gotta get that
We
person.
got our boy back.
Yay.
We got our boy.
All right.
We
Oh,
okay.
friends.
We all need to leave with a BREET after you send us out, Shauna.
Okay.
Okay.
Friends, thank you so much for joining us here on Supporting Roles. Now that the Illuminated Outcasts have their owlbear back, are they going to keep their promise to Newberry and help them get an audience with Zelzion? We will find out next time we meet here on Supporting Roles. Thank you all for coming, and until next time, stay mythic out there, geeks. Breathe!